in constitution or in polity, we many times hear that, or we learn that it is to prevent the excessive powers of the state, or we learn that it is to the state can put some reasonable restrictions. So we usually hear or know the term state. See, anytime come across the term state, that is, it is to put an check on the excessive power of the state, or we learn that the state can make some reasonable restrictions. So actually, what is a state? See, it is not the political division that is a state of Punjab or state of Assam or state of Karnataka or state of Odisha. It is not this state. This state means Article 12, that is the very first article under fundamental rights, defines what is a state. Okay, here state means the government and parliament of India center, that is the legislature and executives of center, and the government and state legislatures, that is the legislature and executives of state, local authorities, that is panchayat, municipalities and other local bodies. Okay, and also statutory or non-statutory bodies. Statutory body means the body is established through an act of parliament. See, we in the previous question learned National Green Tribunal. That is, National Green Tribunal look into the environmental issues is a body established by an act of parliament, that is National Green Tribunal Act. Based on this parliament enacted this act called National Green Tribunal Act, and through that act only this body or institution came into being, that is National Green Tribunal, and this look into the environmental issues. Okay, this shows that NGT is a statutory body, that means a body established by an act of parliament. That is what we mean by statutory body. Okay, so these statutory bodies and other non-statutory bodies which are not established by the act of parliament also comes under the definition of state. Example, we can say BSNL. It is also a government agency. Okay, this also comes under the definition of state. We can say Indian Railways. This also comes under the definition of state. That means any agencies associated with a government comes under the definition of state. I repeat once again, Article 12 defines what is a state. Government and parliament of the center, that is legislative and executive bodies of the center, legislative and executive bodies of the state, local authorities, that is panchayat, municipalities and other boards, statutory and non-statutory bodies. Statutory means bodies established by the act of parliament. Non-statutory means not established by the act of parliament. You can say NGT, BSNL, railways. All those government agencies comes under the definition of state. So what happened? If any of their laws or orders is violating the principles of fundamental rights or violating the provisions of fundamental rights, we can directly approach Supreme Court because they are state. If BSNL or railways violate the provisions of fundamental rights, we can sue them in the Supreme Court because they all comes under the definition of a state. Right? And the Supreme Court in one of its verdicts say that even a private body working as an agent of center comes under the definition of a state. I repeat, Supreme Court in one of its verdicts said that even a private body who is working for a state, who is working for a government or who is working for a government agency also comes under the definition of state. So if that body violates the fundamental right, then also we can take it as an action against state and we can move to Supreme Court. Right? So the state is given a wider definition under our constitution. Right? Now we said that any law which violates the provisions of fundamental rights, then we can approach Supreme Court. So now we must know what is meant by a law. We learned that we can move against state. So we learned the definition of a state. What is mean by state? So state has only so and so limited powers. And we said that if the law made by the state is violating fundamental rights, we can move Supreme Court. So what is a law? Law means the permanent laws made by parliament or state legislatures. See, we know in our parliamentary democratic setup, legislatures, that is parliament in case of center and state legislatures in case of states has the power to make laws. They make permanent laws for the land. So these permanent laws made by the parliament and state legislatures comes under the definition of law. Right? Next is temporary laws or ordinances by the President of India or Governor of States. See, ordinances means whenever the parliament or state legislature is not in session. Sessions means they are not in meeting. Let's say in case of center, the parliament is not in meeting. But we need a law for the time being. At that time, what happened is the president is the executive of the center. Okay. So president has the power to make a temporary law called ordinance. So at that time, president make a law. That is called ordinance. And if ordinance is made, okay, but the condition for ordinance is after the parliament meets, this ordinance has to be passed by the both houses of the parliament within 6 weeks time. Otherwise, this will become void. See, regarding ordinances, we will be detailedly discussing in the parliament or regarding the ordinance making power of president in the concerned module. Okay, but just you know that whenever a parliament is not in session, the president has the power to make temporary laws called ordinance. And when state legislature is not in session, the governor of the state has the power to make ordinance or the power to promulgate ordinances. That's it. It also has the validity of a law for the time being. Okay. And this ordinance also comes under the definition of law. Fine. Apart from that, we can say rules, regulations of any government offices or any government agencies or bylaws. Or we know that India is a parliamentary democratic country. So we follow conventions, okay, or some customs which is traditionally followed. These all comes under the definition of the term law. So I repeat once again, law means the permanent laws made by parliament or state legislature, temporary laws, that is ordinances issued by president or governor of states, rules, regulations, bylaws and other conventions or other customs comes under definition of law. And the law is defined under Article 13. See, Article 12 defines what is a state and Article 13 defines what is a law. So if any law made by the state is inconsistent or in contradiction with the provisions of fundamental rights, then the law is declared to be null and void. And please note that amendments under Article 368 do not comes under the definition of law. I repeat, we learned the definitions for law and Article 368, that is amendments to the constitution, does not comes under the definition of law. That means the parliament has the power to amend the constitution, even the provisions of fundamental rights. Okay, we know that Article 31 was a fundamental right, that is right to property. It was deleted through 44th Amendment Act to the Constitution of India. That means Parliament has the power to even take away the fundamental rights. But Supreme Court verdict says that the Parliament can amend any provisions of the Constitution except basic structure. This was given in Keshavananda Bharati case. Right? So that's about Article 12 and Article 13. Once again, Article 12 defines what is a state, Article 13 defines what is a law, and Article that is amendment does not come under the law. That means Parliament has the power to make changes to the Constitution, but except basic structure of the Constitution. Okay.